Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I've taken myself out to once again push myself and try and improve, or at least enjoy. If I enjoy it, maybe it will improve. But I'm specifically talking about my woodland photography. I'm here at Tomnafinnoge Woods, just outside Shillelagh in South County Wicklow. And it's Bank Holiday Monday, August Bank Holiday Monday. Is this the right time of the year to try and do woodland photography? You know, high summer? Probably not. But I just feel I want to try again and see, can I see the wood for the trees? Because I've struggled so much with woodland photography. I remember the last video I did in Thomas Wood in Rathangan in County Kildare, and it was a real test, and it was a trial and something I ended up not really enjoying. And I haven't been back out in the woodland since. But I want to try again. And this woodland is apparently spectacular. I've never been here. I've seen videos here, particularly Jimmy McDonald's videos. And I'm just going to come out, walk around the walks, have a look, see what I can find, and if nothing else, it's a nice walk out in the fresh air on this bank holiday Monday at the beginning of August. So let's get at it. Let's see, can I enjoy this, and can I get back to the car feeling somewhat satisfied and somewhat rewarded for this early morning start on the bank holiday Monday. Let's go. Just about to get underway on my walk, and I saw this little sign on the pole, and it's just so Irish. I just flip you around. I hope you could see it here. But somebody lost 4 sheep. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. 4, in fact, just like this one. Please phone this number if you've seen them. And then down here in black, Sharpie pen, found. So Little Bo Peep obviously got her sheep back. Such an Irish thing, and that alone has made me smile at this early hour on Bank Holiday Monday. Right, let's go. This is the Derry River that flows through the woodland. As you can see, we have a lot of exposed rock and shingle and stones, and the river is very shallow. Again, no rain for the guts of 6 weeks now. So I can imagine this river in full spate is right up here on the bank. And we'll just flip around to the other side. And it's nothing more than a babbling brook just flowing through the glen here at the moment. But I'm just gonna take a quick photo here. Maybe you can see it in the video, but look at the lovely reflections from the trees overhead down into the river. And then looking down the little river valley into the distance. I'm gonna take a shot here just to timestamp this spot. It'll more than likely be a portrait shot and try and omit that really bright sky overhead, but just something to start off this little ramble through the Tomnafinnoge Woods. And if this little shot worked out, here it is. rambling on down the path. And while rambling and just walking slowly, I have my Merlin app, just identifying all the sounds of all the different birds as I walk. And the variety of wildlife and birds in the woodland and in the forest as you walk is just amazing. So for the 1 minute and 25 seconds I had the app on, it's identified great tit, goldcrest, the Eurasian wren, Eurasian blackbird, European robin, and the most common bird in the woodland here, as you probably would expect, is the common wood pigeon. Before I turned the app on, I also heard buzzard. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 native woodland birds in 2 minutes that the app was running. It's just, it boggles the mind. So I've just walked down the track a bit more and I've come to this sort of clearing out to the river. And we have this massive big stone. Is it a lump of granite? I think it is. It's been well worn and well sat on. And I can imagine many chats going on, sitting on that. But look at the size of this massive big beech tree. You know, it dominates this little patch. But I've no clue how to shoot that. It's just so vast down to the river. And again, I imagine that the river is right up here where my feet are during high water. But I can literally walk right down to the river and look back along the river. Wow, look at those nice reflections. Is that something that's worth shooting? Maybe it is. And then if I look this way, I got more reflections, but I got a stone here that's kind of sticking out of the water, which I presume for 99% of the year is underwater. But just at these high summer conditions, it's exposed. Is that another little shot with that stone in the foreground and the foliage framing the river as it heads down along its path? I think there is 1 or 2 shots here. I'll frame them up. Nothing spectacular. Just a beautiful little spot along this morning walk. But man, that beach, look at the size of it as it dominates its little patch of this woodland. How do I shoot it? No idea. Can I shoot it? I doubt it. I'll take the camera off. I'll take a few shots just here. I love that rock. I have to do something with it. And if any of these shots worked out in this little location of Tomnafinnoge Woods, here they are. I don't know what it is about water. As soon as I hear it, I'm just attracted to it. And again, I've come right down into the river, and I'll flip you around and I'll give you a look. So I'm right down in the Derry River. And the river winds its way downstream. All this area here, I assume, is underwater in winter. Right now I'm walking on it. But this rock here in the foreground caught my eye. See it there? And every now and again, there's some streams of light coming from the left to illuminate the river. And I just like that little kind of composition there. What I don't like is this branch I could possibly move it, but I'm not going to because that's where it is in nature. But one or two compositions here with that rock in the foreground of the river heading away, I think might be nice. No long exposures, just a straightforward landscape shot, 4x3, maybe 16x9, I'm not sure. But I'm going to wait for some shards of light to come through again. Hopefully then I can get the picture. I'm also looking straight down at some of the little streams that are weaving their way through the sandbars. And I'm going to try and take a kind of an abstract shot of some of the water flowing, just to try something different. But most importantly, I'm just taking it in and enjoying it. Look around. All to myself on a beautiful bank holiday Monday. It's not really about the pictures. It's about being out and enjoying it. And it's the camera that is the vehicle to get me out. So I'm very appreciative of that. Anyway, enough of the crap. Let's get a few shots here. But be patient and wait for the light. And if any of them worked out from this little location on the Derry River, here they are. Just stepped into the woodland, and it's just an immense space. The calmness, the peacefulness, the tranquility, nothing but the sounds of the woodland, the wildlife, the birds. I even saw a kingfisher on the river. I cannot see the wood for the trees in woodland photography. I cannot isolate a subject. But I'm not going to get too upset about it. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But look at these monsters. Look at the size of these big, massive, mature, old beech. I think there's oak over there. And no matter how I try, I just cannot seem to compose an image in deep in the woodland. But I will keep trying. But don't you just love this type of environment? I want to keep going. Wow, the sun just streams through and hits me in the face. I keep going down the path and I'll jump in again and I'll try again. So let's keep moving on. Wow, so I'm a little bit excited here. Why? I've jumped back into the woodland. It's hard going because in high summer, wearing shorts in all these brambles and briars is not ideal. Luckily, as a surveyor, I do that as my day job anyway. But I just want to flip you around because something has popped out at me. And I don't know if you can see it in this frame. But we've got this little lone, well, it's not a sapling, but it's certainly only a couple of years old. This tree here. And it's just been absolutely saturated by a beam of light coming down through the forest and hitting it directly. And it's in a little grove of mature beeches. You've got all these big beech around. I'm actually standing right next to one just here. But I'm wondering, is that a shot? I feel the separation. I feel that little tree is isolated. Wow, that sun is strong. So I'm going to play around with this here for a bit and see what I can get. see a shot there, I think. Yeah, so I worked my way around that little beech tree. It's a beech sapling. Well, it's probably 10 years old. But the more I focused on it, the more frustrated I became. I think the very first shot I got of it up the hill, framed by some of the big old beeches, was probably the best. But I do think it'll be a great little spot to come back to in autumn when those leaves are falling off that little tree. And, you know, there might be some cool contrast at that point. That little tree might shed its leaves sooner or later than some of these more mature ones. But this is my surroundings deep in the woodland. Wow. I just wish I was better at it. I just wish I was better at woodland photography. But unlike the last time, I think I saw a shot, I got that shot, and it might be an okay shot. Who knows? All I know is my legs are ripped to bits at this point. But hey ho, listen, guys, if this shot worked or didn't work, which most likely didn't, because I promised this YouTube channel would be warts and all, so the crap is going up as well as, you know, our favorite images. Anyway, here's the images of that isolated little tree. Let's move on. Walking along in what's primarily a native woodland, and then this beast pops out of nowhere. I don't know, some kind of spruce. Google says white pine, no idea. But what I do like is the texture of the trunk. I'll flip you around. Look at the texture on that. Really nice. And I just see some kind of abstract shot of the trunk of that tree. So I'll quickly take it. If it works out, or if it's anywhere remotely interesting, here it is. Get you a load of this. Look at the absolute size of this beast, the beech tree. You know, surely somebody has photographed this tree, and surely there is a mega photo somewhere of this tree somewhere. This tree is so big. Look at this limb here. It comes all the way out and actually comes down and hits the ground. That's how ancient this tree is. And I don't know about you, but I see a face with two eyes and a nose. All I need there is a chainsaw to carve him out. Do you see that face? So I'm trying hard. I really am. And the only meaningful shot I can really see is a shot here that shows the winding branch of this tree that literally, this tells me the story of this tree. This is how ancient it is. Its branches have started to hit the ground. But I'm struggling here with light. So no tripod. So I'm going to do kind of a handheld stack. May or may not work. Foreground, middle, and of the trunk, and mash them together in Lightroom or Photoshop and see what we get. So that's one shot there. Best I can, okay. And then I'm also going to do, I just have to photograph this face. And I feel like I'm making a mockery of woodland photography, but I've just become friends with this tree. He's looking at me and he wants a hug. Let's give him a hug. What a dude. But, you know, I think it sums up my lack of expertise when it comes to woodland photography, to be honest, because I'm sure somebody must be able to photograph this tree. So I'm just going to mess around with a few shots here, guys, okay? And I'm going to try. In all seriousness, I'm going to try and do something. I just love a bit of light. There's so many more big trees around here, but I'd love a bit of light on his face. Not happening, but I'm going to try a few shots here with this massive, massive new friend of mine. And if they worked out, here they are. So I'm continuing my walk in the woodland, and I'm progressively getting more frustrated, and to the point where it's actually starting to bore me, which is not a good thing. I could go photographing wildlife and sit all day and see nothing, but still not get bored. There's certain types of landscape photography, seascapes, etc. that I'll go and photograph and I'll stay there all day and I don't want to go home. Woodland is eating at me. I'm just really not feeling it. So maybe it's just not for me. But that aside, there's no getting away from the beautiful surroundings and tranquility, the calm, and that feeling of just being out in pure nature. You don't get it in many other places other than woodland. So for that alone, it's worth it. But for now, I'm going to wrap up this video. But I'm going to continue walking until I get back to the car. Camera is not going away, and I'm going to keep trying. So for now, guys, thanks again for joining me. Yeah, you know I struggle with this woodland photography. But you know, there's a part of me that's determined to keep on trying, and I will keep on trying. Maybe what I need to do is go out with an absolute professional. Pay them to take me out, teach me everything they know. Maybe that might be the route I need to go, because I'm struggling with it. But all that aside, I'm nowhere near as disappointed as I was the last time. I came out with no great expectations other than to enjoy it. Sun is out. You know, I come to photograph a woodland in the height of summer. Most people would say you're mad. I am a bit. But there's a few spots I found in this woodland that I can come back to maybe in autumn. And I did make a new friend. That tree, he's my new friend. But for now, we're going to say goodbye. Guys, thanks for joining me. Please, again, just for my pure resilience and determination, thumbs up, like, even comment. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new and you like to see a grown man suffer in woodland environments, hit the subscribe button. There might be some other stuff you like there also. And as always, I'll leave it a few bonus shots, some shots that didn't make the reel back throughout the video. Not that there will be many, but if there are, I leave you with them. Enjoy. Slán leat. Bye for now. See you down the road.